What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Battle of Central Europe Season 3. This is going to be actually the last game, as Coalition of Cool Killers, after dropping game number 1 versus Virtus Pro Polar, have found themselves a stand-in, and hopefully there will be no more pauses, because if there are, I'm sure Illidan is going to be keeping track of all of that. But this is going to be the real last game of the day here on the HeflaTV Hitbox 1 channel. I'm Mike Loris. I've still got Coucher here, and, well, I mean, the last game wasn't too impressive. Hopefully this one can be a little bit more even.
Well, it cannot be less even, I think. Unless maybe this time around Virtus Pro they're gonna have one guy who's gonna disconnect for way too long. Although I'm kind of hoping that that also won't be the case, but it would be like, I don't know. I don't even know what's gonna happen. But VP, they do start with a puck and Vengeful Spirit, so just getting their hands on the heroes that they love.
Ogre Magi going to be picked up for the CCK side. And VP, I mean, last game they were unable to get their hands on the Puck Venge, but you know what? The DK Phobos is going to be very happy that he has that. Lil most likely is going to be taking up the Venge, and they're going to be very pleased with the heroes they have, as they're very comfortable. I mean, they've just played them like 4 or 5 times previously. Scarith Mage now going to be picked up from CCK. The first Scarith Mage we're going to see today, actually, which is kind of surprising. I mean, picking up the hero in the first pick phase is very oftenly banned, but this time it's going to finally show through, and both sides have a good amount of support power in this particular game. CCK with a huge amount of burst damage, and really they need more control over their lanes, because that was probably their biggest problem in the last game. Death Prophet's still in the pool though.
Well, it's just the case when you go for dual lanes and suddenly you're facing an aggressive tri-lane, you are semi-screwed. Of course the dual lane did work out wonders for them early on, but since the tri-lane was just putting so much pressure on the dual lane, Lich also had to rotate in. First rotation, he died straight away almost. And from there on, Mac got too much space on the safe lane, and it just spiraled out of control from there on. But maybe the Ogre Mage Scarif Mage will be enough, like we said, just to have some better lanes, maybe the roaming around, just get the kills, get some early dominance, and maybe it's going to be enough. We'll see, but the next band's Brewmaster as well as the Tidehunter banned out. And it's still a little bit weird to see both of those heroes just getting ignored in the first phase.
Sometimes you just gotta pick up your support heroes first, and the stronger support heroes you can get, the more flexibility you will have picking up your cores later on, which is not really the same thing if you go in the opposite direction. So Tidehunter, Brewmaster, very tanky heroes. Honestly, they're heroes that Scarith Mage can shut down. Now an Elder Titan being banned out, so yeah, I guess one fewer game to go into that pool of games that I could look at to determine whether or not Elder Titan's a legit pick. But VP, they're going to take the Lich. I mean, they're just taking all these heroes because they have run with them before. They're very comfortable with them. No huge need right now for, Lich counters. I mean, the armor is going to be fairly irrelevant against Ogre Magi and Scarith Mage, but hey, maybe we're going to see that Morphling Lich combo again. Who knows?
I was thinking about it as well. What was the... Oh, it was the Elder Titan. I think they ran there as well then, right? I think it was like Elder Titan, Razor safe lane, Lich, Morphling mid, and Puck off lane.
Sure. That sounds like something VP would do.
So it's not going to be the exact same, but I think Vengeful Spirit is probably going to be a better support than the Elder Titan in that case, because the Elder Titan in that specific game didn't do much of anything. And just having a ranged support on the lane, never mind, Razor is also banned, so I guess that duo is also out of the question already. So I don't know, but they have ran at least like 3 of the same heroes for most of their games today.
And if it's not being banned out, and if it's continuing to win, there's no reason to switch it up, really. I don't think Death Prophet she's been seen once, and she lost this day. So they're probably not going to be a huge priority for VP, although it is certainly a possibility. This is also a draft that can potentially be setting up for a Naga Siren pick for VP. Put that on Illidan and then be happy with that. Previously, the Naga Siren picks didn't exactly work out, but, or one of them didn't work out. Give Illidan a hard farming hero and he will most likely deliver. And you could even run a dual lane with Naga Siren Lich in some capacity.
Well, we'll see what they do want to go for. I mean, just like you said, Virtus Pro all in all, plus of course the Illidan, they're good enough players to more or less run anything, I think. Maybe some heroes they're going to be horrible at, but if you've played like one role, the core, just right-click carry role for years, you're going to be comfortable with any of those heroes mostly. But CCK, they did go for a Legion Commander now, and that hero he's either going to do just brilliantly or just completely flop usually.
Even though there are some very nice things to buff out with the press the attack, magic missile, slow from the lich, puck silence, stuff like that, it is facing up against a Vengeful Spirit swap, which is probably the worst tool you want to be facing up against as a Legion, since your target will just be that much further away, and it's unlikely that the duel is actually going to complete. VP their pick is going to be that Naga Siren, which actually makes this Legion Commander pick a little bit better, honestly, with the overwhelming odds being a great early game tool to deal with the Naga Siren as far as large bursts of damage. And they do have the Scarlet Mage now with Sunstrike, so they will be able to put some serious damage into that duel, but if VP are well positioned, they do have quite a few defensive options in the swap and also now in the song.
Well, they definitely do have plenty to just bring down the people in duel, but like I already mentioned, the Vengeful Spirit swap might just cancel pretty much all of their plans there. So we'll see. But VP, the Naga Siren, will be a core, I guess. I hope. So we'll see. I mean, there's at the moment as well on the other channel, looks like Hellraisers are just winning a game with their own Naga Siren, and it's just a hero that once you get the Radiance, yes, you're still not like, oh, I win the game, but if you don't get Drax or before like 30 minutes in, the Naga Siren has had the Radiance since like 18, 20 minutes, it's so hard to suddenly break base or just leave your own base.
And this lineup for Coalition is certainly a lineup that can punish a Naga Siren if it does get to that point where Naga Siren is going to be, overwhelmingly split pushing everything. CCK, even at that point, will have a couple of answers, especially with the duel and the burst damage of Invoker. So this is not going to be the easiest Naga Siren game for, I assume, Illidan. But yeah, as long as he could dodge the early game aggression from these supports, from the Invoker Sunstrike, or maybe even the Invoker EMPs, who knows, then Naga Siren should be okay, but still in a little bit of trouble. This is going to be an aggressive lineup for a Coalition, and I think this is a good way to go, especially since the enemy team has a really hard hyper carry. Lich and Venge, they can't really rotate around and make things happen. They're going to most likely be sticking in their lanes, and Puck, for the most part, is going to be doing the same until he gets a Blink Dagger or close to a Blink Dagger. So Virtus Pro, their ability to fight is kind of restricted right now. They would have loved to pick up a Centaur, unfortunately was banned out from them. They need someone else who could fight early on, and honestly, I don't really know what hero that is going to be. It really depends on what they think about these lanes. If they want to lane a Lich dual lane mid is really the big question.
Oh man, I'm just go for Tiny, man. Just best hero. Craggy exterior, I don't know.
More
Uh,
stuns.
I mean, it wouldn't be a horrible hero to be honest, but without the IO, Tiny just isn't half as strong. You could run just a Blink Dagger Tiny first, just go for ganking style. Would be something fun to see at the very least. Oh
I have
god,
no idea, man. I have no idea. I mean, VP have got their offlane Puck. They have their core Siren. You need someone for the mid, expecting the Invoker matchup. Viper is still in the pool, although it doesn't really seem like a VP style of pick. Like, it just doesn't seem like that's what they want to do. It's going to be a Venomancer. I guess that is a hero to fight early, but it is kind of a passive hero.
well, I guess you can try to go aggressive with just the Plague Wards, go for all out push or something, and it's going to be a core Venomancer as well. For a second I thought like maybe core Vengeful instead, just go Russian style completely. But nope, and we're gonna see a Necrophos. So there's gonna be a duel and a Reaper Scythe. They just want to kill off one hero, just maybe even two, if they do have enough damage at some point to spread it out. So I think CCK's lineup isn't all that bad in this game.
Yeah, I rather like their lineup. The Necrophos and the duel, as you said, going to be fantastic at killing off single targets, and I'm pretty sure all those skills have Naga Siren written all over it. Or if not that, then even the Puck, opening up with a Scythe into a Fire Blast or a Mystic Flare, can very easily get you a kill, even though you don't really want to be scything people who are healthy. You can very easily bring people down with the amount of burst damage CCK have, not to mention a Sunstrike on top of all that. So Necrophos is going to have a pretty good time, and especially up against a Venomancer, having additional bits of sustain through the Death Pulse and also through the Press of the Attack, it's going to nullify quite a bit of that Venomancer's dots, and that's going to help CCK in quite a large way. VP, let's see if they can drag this game out, though. It's, of course, going to be a Naga Siren game to end it, but we'll see if VP can actually make that Naga Siren happen, or if CCK can get in under that Naga Siren, and I think with the lineup they have, they certainly should be able to. We have Mag, on VP Polar. He's going to be playing that puck. Rain is going to be playing the Lich. That leaves Lil on the Vengeful Spirit, all to be expected. Illidan is going to be playing the mid lane Siren, and Phobos is there as well as the Venomancer. One of these heroes has to move, and I expect it's going to be Phobos, although he's kind of positioning himself to block. I don't know what's going on here mid.
Maybe he will block and then back off. Never mind. I mean, Illidan, he just started with the bottle build as well. 2 Tango share, double iron branches, so just rushing for it. And, oh, never mind. Bounty Rune picked up by Skyriff Mage. Lil just takes some little damage from 1 Arcane Bolt and 1 right click, but that's about it. And I thought about it, I think, like between the first and second series, but Rain, he's FNG on the Lich, so... oh man. It took me so long to figure that out. It's unbelievable.
Well, shit. If he wanted to be called FNG, then he should have named himself FNG. I knew that... I mentioned in the first game that VP were running with supposedly FNG, but I did not know exactly if that was this Lich, but it does kind of make sense, I suppose. Either way, we do see an invisibility
I checked his
rune.
previous name from the Steam profile. He wasn't blocked. His Steam profile wasn't private for some reason, but Mag, oh, look at the damage Vilik is doing. 1 Ignite, a few smacks with the right clicks. Teep, of course, went for the first point into Heartstop Aurora as well. So this Lich puck dual lane, to begin with, take heavy harassment, but as they get more levels, as the Frost Blast comes available for FNG or Rain, I'm just going to call people whatever they name themselves because probably that's what they want to, but the Frost Blast is going to be pretty annoying for CCK, and Ogre Magi, he can only do so much. I mean, he's a melee hero after all.
And at the exact same time, they were dropping DK Phobos down very, very low. He did salve up, and he is currently decently healthy, but this lane of Legion Commander Scarith Mage is actually really good versus the solo Venomancer. Now that Vengeful Spirit is here as well, it's a little bit weaker, but still, it's nothing that they can't get away with, especially in overwhelming odds onto these very soft heroes. With any sort of follow-up from the Skyrath Mage is going to be very easy for CCK to absolutely demolish this top lane. So VP, very fragile heroes up here, and they're going to have to be very careful. And the Invoker Keck, well, he hasn't committed to a build just yet, going for Quas runes to start out with. It's possible he just goes straight into Exort, and it's possible he goes straight into Wex. I don't really know if one's going to be better than the other, although I would like to see Sunstrikes this game.
I think he's going for a Wex because he has double Blades of Attack, so going for the face boots. Usually if you go for Exort, you don't really need the extra damage anyway from the Blades of Attack, so might be Wex. It's not a horrible thing to have against Naga Siren, so just to make sure he can't Song of the Siren, for example, out of mana. And oh, Vilik, Frostblasted up, nothing else will come of it, of course. I just in general like Exort Invokers more because they're a little bit less dependent on just having a great start.
Top lane, Phobos going to get hit with a concussive. Flawx is going to chase him down. Has no overwhelming odds, though, so no kill there. I think Exort is also just a lot safer to go with. I mean, if you miss your EMP, then Wex Invoker is kind of unimpressive. And he also tends to struggle a little bit more in lane. As you said, because the Exort Invokers don't have to worry about the boots damage, they just have a whole bunch of Exort damage. It's very rare that you see Invokers getting outlast hit in a big way, whereas for Wex Invokers, it's certainly a lot more possible because they are not working with that much damage. So it's a weaker laning stage, it's a more rotation-heavy build because you're not going to be contributing with Sunstrikes, you got to be contributing in other ways. And if Keck can make that happen, then it's fantastic for him. But if not, then this Invoker could very easily stagnate in the mid lane and have no real impact.
Well, at least it's guaranteed Wex, so... oh, bottom lane, some action maybe. First Blood goes out onto the Necrophos. I completely missed it, I just saw the tail end of it. But 2 ranged heroes, one with almost infinite Frost Blast is pretty good, I heard. Although Flawx dropping low as well, minus armor comes through. Skyriff Mage already on the run, but Lil, one more right click. No, it's not enough, Flawx. Will the poison damage take him down? No, not quite. Only level 2 poison sting. So, just quite a lot of action, suddenly.
Yeah, the Necrophos was chilling at about half HP and then was kind of surprised, honestly, by the burst damage of Puck and Lich. That's a level 2 orb, level 2 Frost Blast that does quite a number on Necrophos, and being at half HP is not good to begin with, especially when you don't have that much HP to start with. So Necrophos very quickly dropping and almost a kill on the Vengeful Spirit up towards top, but unfortunately almost getting kills doesn't actually do that much for you. It's going to be Illidan in the most trouble. Cold Snapped in the middle lane. He does not have mirror images to get himself out of this. Keck has a lot of movement speed. He will not be able to chase this Naga Siren down, though, unless Naga Siren turns around. Keck does not have enough mana for another tornado just yet. Another 15 seconds, but here comes Vilik from the back end. The mirror images will buy Illidan a little bit more space. Now trying to juke in the Fog of War. Lil with the Magic Missile is there. Cold Snap onto Naga Siren won't do enough. He will survive at 93 HP. VP, They're all going to live, albeit barely. Illidan still wants to stick in this lane, but I think it's about time for Lil to go back to the base. Bottom lane, they're setting up for Tib. They've already used their Frost Blast, I believe. Yes, they have, but they have another one charging up. There's that, and then an orb through. If they could block this Necrophos, he's just dead. There it is. And that's going to be another kill for the bottom lane of VP. STN has rotated down here, trying to go for Mag. I don't think that's going to happen. This bolt is not going to hit. And then no silence available for the Skywrath either. So Mag's going to make a clean retreat. Everyone from VP getting really banged up, but not dead, and that's the important part.
Well, it definitely is the most important part, although actually a little bit funny enough, Invoker still #1 in last hits. Usually if you go for Vex in Invoker, you struggle a little bit with last hits, although I guess he's up against a melee hero, so it makes up for that completely. Plus he got those early plays of attack as well, so that way it's fine. He's just gonna still have to be so impactful with the early rotations, or otherwise Vex is just not gonna pay off. Lich or Mag rather comes back to the bottom lane. Necrophos has to be so careful not to get caught again. Although I don't think they can bring him down from like 100 to 0, at least not when at least one other support is around.
Yeah, that is going to be a little bit difficult, but not impossible, especially once Puck gets level 6, then having that additional disable onto Tib is going to be huge, and it might be the difference in that lane. I also really like how the Lich has purchased up a very early headdress, and that is pretty much just that item, very cheap, is going to be nullifying the 1-point Heartstopper aura. I think it also might be nullifying a level 2 Heartstopper aura. Regardless, it's doing literally no damage. The regeneration is keeping everyone up on full HP. So that's a really nice, cost-effective pickup there.
Invoker, Magic Missile mid lane. They used the Song of the Siren to set things up. Riptide as well, but it's still not enough. Ignite to slow down Illidan and Keck. He does make it out. I guess Vex has its merits at sometimes. Slightly extra movement speed, at least with the face boots. Without the face boots, probably would have died there. Just a few more right clicks. So it does survive. Song of the Siren, 3-minute cooldown expended for it.
Yeah, it's a long cooldown for sure, but that's only going to mean that Illidan is in a little bit of trouble. Bottom lane, Tibbs in more trouble. He's going to drop for the umpteenth time. Now a Chain Frost onto the Skywrath Mage, and he's going to go give that Lich a double kill. My god. VP Polar, they're making so much action happen on this bottom lane, and we have not been seeing this previously from their dual lanes with the Lich. I mean, this time it's working out in such a way, but previously it hasn't been. And against a Necrophos, this is exactly what you want to do. Keep him down, keep him poor, keep him very fragile. And if that can happen, then you're golden. Mag, gonna get a nice silence coil onto 2. Will get fire blasted for his trouble, dropping pretty low, but he will jaunt off to the left. Has a couple bottle charges as well. He has STN rather, chasing after him. It's gonna instead be FNG Rain in a little bit of trouble. He's going to run to the north, and this Lich is actually pretty damn quick with the boots. He's gonna be just fine. Mag is gonna teleport out. He's gonna live as well. Coil drops for nothing, but hey, no one from VP Polar dies, and they're still holding a severe advantage in that bottom lane.
I think Mag dropped down to 2 HP there at the time. EMP will catch Illidan, the Cold Snap is there as well. Concussive Shot, one more Arcane Bolt, the last right click will do him in from the Invoker. So they finally bring down Illidan, slowing down the... Oh, Floex gonna get Magic Missile top lane. Venom Scale to follow, he's slowed down completely. He has the duel, but they're not giving him a chance to pop it, although the slows won't be enough. Press the attack, he does make it out, so... It's gonna be fine. Bottom lane Teep might be in trouble once again. Are you kidding me? They're just not gonna stop. Frost Blast coming off cooldown. Death Pulse comes through. Magic Miss. The Illusion Orb doesn't connect, but the right clicks will be enough. Rain slowed down. One more punch from Vilix. Club. Or well, make it 2 more punches as the Orb of Venom takes him down anyway. Floex. Is he gonna get the duel? No, he's not.
Vilix has another Fire Blast in 1 mana. There it is, but it's a little bit too late. I don't know if that duel would have actually worked. Killing off a Puck is usually pretty easy if you could stun him, and that would have been effectively a stun, but it would have been, I would expected a duel to fizzle, then maybe the kill onto Puck. Regardless, duel wasn't even casted there, and well, VP, they lose their Lich, but it's not without a good trade. Necrophos taking the 4th death of the game with only Power Treads and a Null Talisman. He's going to be food moving forward, especially since Mag, he's halfway to his Blink Dagger. He's level 6, has got the coil up and available right now, and he's putting out some pretty serious damage. All he needs is a little bit of help from someone such as the Lich with a maxed out Frost Blast, and that's going to be death after death. They're setting up potentially for a mid lane gank. Rain certainly looks like he wants to go in on this, although there's not really that much that Illidan can do to help out.
Well, TK Phobos top lane, Cold Snap, will it be enough? One more Arcane Bolt to fly Tornado as well. Yes, it's gonna be the kill, not the TK Phobos, or is it? Whoa, whew. For a second I thought it might not be. I think the Tornado disjointed that 1 Arcane Bolt, but they got the kill in the end.
Yeah, it was close, but again, close doesn't mean anything. You get the kill or you don't get the kill, and they did get the Venomancer down, even though the Arcane Bolt didn't do any damage. That's fine. It's going to be a Venomancer down. which is, of course, problematic for VP, but really their Naga Siren is having more or less an unimpeded time. Has died once in the Invoker, but it's on the top of the last hit chart. Is doing very well in the net worth, behind the Invoker, but Invoker is also getting quite a few kills around the map and is actually going for an Orchid, so Invoker will be able to solo kill people. And that is certainly a very large threat when you're working with an Naga Siren, when you're working with a Puck. You need these heroes to stay alive for as long as possible. That's kind of what they're built for. They're going to try to go for a bottom lane push VP, and this is pretty much what their lineup is designed for. Go for these early pushes with Venomancer, play aggressively, buy the Naga Siren space, but I don't know if they could do it when Invoker's here. They're going to open up with a Fire Blast onto DK Phobos. There's a nice Tornado onto 2. EMP is not going to land onto anyone except for the Venomancer, though, and now Invoker in a lot of trouble. He will get Ghost Walked and be just fine. Chain Frost will be thrown onto Villic, will bounce over to the Skywrath Mage. Not too much, however. Now Phobos in quite a bit of trouble. Villic a straight TP out. Okay, I guess he doesn't want any part of that. Phobos now on the way out is going to get chased down by Flaw X and the Invoker. This damage is just going to be short. Needs another overwhelming odds to get the kill, and they should be able to get it. One more overwhelming odds. No, it's going to be Invoker to get the kill. Now TPing out. He's going to be safe as well. That's a 2 for 0 in favor of CCK down the bottom lane, although Mag now here with the coil wants to stun up Flawx, and he's going to throw an orb through and silence him as well, but Flawx is not going to go down without a fight. He's fighting pretty well against Mag. Of course, not enough. This is not a fight that Legion Commander can win. That's going to be another kill. In the meantime, Venomancer Poison kills off a Skywrath Mage with a random Plague Ward, I believe. It's going to end up being a 2 for 2, I think.
That random Plague Ward, man. Skywrath Mage, he escaped with 4 HP. He managed to run like through the side shop, and he must be so infuriated just from dying completely randomly. The Plague Ward was about to expire as well. So he just died, but Mag gets himself the Blink Dagger. And Naga Siren in the mid lane. They get the kill on Necrophos. Once again, that's 5 deaths for him already. I mean, net worth wise, not doing that horrible because he at least has 47 last hits, but that's just one too many deaths on him.
And you don't really want a Necrophos with a lot of deaths on your team. Sure, Scythe can always do its job. If you're going to be hitting someone with it, they're going to be sometimes not buying back, sometimes just taking forever to get respawned, but you want your Necrophos to be tanky. Mid lane, Illidan's going to hit with a multicast and a Mystic Flare. Rest in peace, Naga Siren. No way for any hero to withstand that, and Naga Siren will take a fall. It's not going to redeem the loss of the Necrophos, but Necrophos just needs a little bit more time. He's going to go for the mech, which is another way that he could help his team outside of having a lot of levels and having kind of a budget build, but that's not really going to help him right now. If he gets jumped by anyone, i.e. this Puck with a Blink Dagger, then things can get very bad for Necrophos very quickly. Already, Rain looking for a wraparound, and Tib is going to have no part of that. He's going to book it. In the meantime, the rest of his team is taking down the mid lane tower, although it might not be for free. His bottom lane is being pushed down. Puck looking for the Necrophos, not going to find him. Necrophos knows exactly where this Puck is, but can he actually engage? He is going to not do it as Puck does not jump out, actually. Mag, he really wants this kill? No, he's just going to leave. He has to worry about rotations in from CCK, and this is a rotation that is completely spotted by VP Polar.
Man, for a second I thought Mag might just go for his suicide there. I mean, he's not tanky at all. 644 HP. Rather easy to bring him down, especially if the Skywrath Mage gets the Ancient Seal on him. But he does blink out in the end, so all is fine. Tib gets a little bit closer to the mech, has enough gold now to finish up that buckler. So if he gets the mech, like I said, gonna be another way for him to help out the team. In the meantime, Keck farming up his Orchid. Not horribly close to it, but not that far away either. Just needs another 1000 gold, a little bit extra.
Yeah, certainly going to be a very nice item when dealing with the Puck. If he could get a silence off after a tornado EMP, or after a tornado and then having an EMP, it's going to get killed on pretty much anyone for VP. 8-6, and VP, though they're doing pretty well in their bottom lane, they are still not completely out of the woods as far as their Naga Siren game. She's at 2100, almost 22, and she's farming pretty well, but it looks like CCK are finally going to make a play for that Siren. No, they're not. They're going to wrap around to mid, now back up. There is Mag in the area, so even if they do find the Naga Siren, it's not going to be a completely free kill. Although Mystic Flare, Fire Blast, they multicast, that should be lethal, especially with the Scythe. They're not going to find anyone. VP, they just need to stall out for just a little while longer and get this Naga Siren that relic.
It's definitely not going to be just half as fast as it was in that, I think, the first game of the day against Moscow 5. He got it like 70 minutes in, if I'm not mistaken, which was just excellent farm. So going to be a little bit slower, but as long as he gets it before like 20 minutes or maybe even at 20 minutes, it's still perfectly fine because it's not like they're losing too many buildings. They've only lost one tier 1 and that's perfectly acceptable.
It's going to be just fine, right? As long as they don't lose anything else, And it doesn't seem like CCK are going for anything else. They're going to try to go for the Vengeful Spirit. Now, that's also another acceptable loss. And if Lil actually escapes this, which he will, that's going to be fantastic. Illidan using his song to save a support hero. Not exactly how you always want to be using your songs, but hey, it's better than giving up a kill to the enemy team, I suppose. Lil's going to be very happy to escape that, and yeah, well played for sure. Villic on the bottom lane might not be as lucky. He needs a Song of the Siren to bail him out. No, Phobos is not going to dive that tower. He's gone for the drums, and they have a Chain Frost. They could have gotten the kill, but maybe a little bit too risky for them. They're going to back off and let the Ogre live, at least for now.
Yeah, and looking at Lich Rain, he's only a mech recipe off as well. Needs another 900 gold if they only got the towers down. But CCK, they provided enough attention to just save the towers. Plague Wards otherwise are a decent enough form of pushing. Although at the moment they just haven't been able to create that massive Plague Ward under the tower itself.
And Puck is going to look to change that. A single blink in, coil silence onto Tib is almost going to straight out kill him off. And at the very least, it's going to ensure some more aggression for VP and more space for them as they buy another tower's worth of space. Tib, he's in so much trouble right now. Blink forward, coil onto 2, Frost Blast onto Tib. Chain Frost will not bounce, but it actually won't be lethal onto Tib. He's going to live at 70 HP. Where's the Puck? He jumped downwards to his ward, and now the heal onto the Necrophos. It looks like he's going to be just fine. VP, they force out a whole bunch of rotations to the bottom lane, so I guess you could consider that a win, but the tower still survives. Regardless, it is money spent from CCK that VP haven't really spent that much of in this attempt. Just a little bit of mana, a cooldown for Mag. Another minute's going to be back up, so not a big deal.
Romancer was completely useless in their attempt to kill off the Necrophos. I mean, literally, he did nothing. He can't do anything either. I mean, the Plague Wards, they're good for sieging and maybe defending as well as Mag. He's going to get slowed down by the concussive shot. No, he's not. Got the blink out, so he's safe. But, I mean, Plague Wards, they're annoying. Poison Sting as well, but it's not heavy nuke damage. And that one Death Pulse, I was so sure Necrophos is going to die anyway, but Death Pulse, pretty nice heal. And that is Orchid finished on Keck.
Alright, so let's see how much work this Invoker can put in right now. It should be a lot, in theory, but the first order of business is defend the bottom lane, where Fire Blast not going to be hitting onto the Puck. Now silenced, Ogre down. Wow, he did not expect the Lich to be there. Quite honestly, the Lich should always be expected to be here, as he has not left the lane a single time. And just like that, VP, they don't get the pick off they wanted on Necrophos, but a pick off is a pick, and now a tower kill is a tower kill. Let's see if Illidan, if he's in a little bit of trouble right now. Invoker knows exactly what's going on. There is a Vengeful Spirit nearby, and, well, Naga Siren just saved the Venge. Maybe it's time for Venge to repay the favor. Keck is going to lay down EMP, misreading Illidan. And Illidan, well, he's going to make a very easy escape after taking pretty much no damage. Even thinking about turning around for a net, won't throw it, but it's just more space spot for himself.
Bottom lane, never mind, TK Focus going to run away as well, and Vengeful, he went for a Hand of Midas for VP Polar. Started off as a support, but Vengeful Spirit definitely can be a core. And if nothing else, you don't really need to just build massive damage items. If you just build survivability, it's going to be enough because you're going to be providing the Vengeance Aura, of course. So not a bad item to get, I guess. Going to have Lich as the pure support role, then 5 position. But Illidan has himself the Sacred Relic now, 18 minutes in. Needs another 1000 gold to get the Radiance recipe as well. Mech done on the Necrophos, so some items are coming out. But, wow, TK Phobos, concussive shot, going for the TP out, and that's going to succeed.
He's going to get snapped and then brought down in a hurry due to the Mystic Flare. Venomancer down, not a terribly huge deal for VP Polar. I actually really like this Hand of Midas for the Vengeful Spirit, and I like the timing. Like, it is very, very late. And, you know, what I'm saying is going to apply to the Puck's Midas as well. They are both heroes that could use their levels. They're both heroes that can use the gold, but crucially, they've already kind of gotten over the hump of Naga Siren draft, which is your early game is going to be really bad while your Naga Siren just farms up. Once your Naga Siren gets the relic, it gets more and more unlikely that you're going to lose the game over time. So you might as well just go into the late game fully. Get the Hands of Midas and get a level 2 swap on Venge, which is going to be huge. And CCK, though they can on paper punish this, in theory it's also a little bit too late. Like, if they were going to punish VP for playing greedy, the Naga Siren would have 3 or 4 deaths by now.
That's definitely true. I mean, at least CCK now, they're just kind of trying to deathball with 5 of their heroes, which might work for the tier 2s, the outer towers. High ground though, it completely different matter, especially if TK Phobos is going to have a Plague Ward, or Plague Wall Ward, Plague Ward Wall, oh god, out there. I think they're still going to get the tier 2. Tier 1, of course, being taken out by Lil as well as Mag in the meantime, and they're going to get the jump as well. There's the first duel. Is he going to kill off Illidan? He does. get mana drained by the EMP. Willy gonna go down to the poison damage. Tornado will hit only Mag. Phase shift immediately. Tip, he breaks the Dream Coil, gets stunned for a little bit. Mag, blink, silence, swap back from Lil as well. Not enough mana for another magic missile though. Never mind, they don't even need it. Legion Commander dies. He did not win the duel. They lose 4 heroes. They don't get the tier 2. And just horrible fight.
4-1 because of partially miscommunication. If you jump in for a duel, you're expected to, first of all, win that duel because you have a Scarith Mage, Mystic Flare right behind you, not to mention Ogre Magi, Necrophos damage, and a mech. But he dueled the Naga Siren, and then the Mystic Flare dropped on the Venomancer because they were both kind of right next to each other. So Scarith Mage didn't quite know which one the Legion Commander was going for, and then they ended up getting none of it. So start the timer for the pause. We'll see if it matters. But anyway, if they got one of those kills, if the Mystic Flare was landing correctly on the dual target, then that would have been a much different fight for CCK. But because that didn't happen, well, it certainly didn't pan out very well for them. 4-1 as the puck came in with a pretty nice coil from the back line, and Vengeful Spirit was also doing some pretty serious work as well. It looks like Illidan, wow, he's keeping up with the numbers. They're going to progress on without their Vengeful Spirit. I guess Illidan gonna show them how it's done.
Oh god, that I'm not even too sure if it's like good mannered or bad mannered at this point. It's like, yeah, we won the first game with you having 4, but I'm not too sure. Is it like, yeah, we can take you on 4 versus 5? What does this just delegate?
It's so good, it's so well mannered that it's bad mannered, I think. I mean, I'm pretty sure those pause rules from the last game apply per game, not per match, and per team. So VP, they could pause this if they wanted to, but clearly they don't want to. So, you know, who am I to judge? They're gonna Song of the Siren, catch 3. Can they capitalize off of this? They have a fresh Radiance on the Naga Siren. She's bottling up, doesn't have any illusions here. STN gonna get dueled out, swapped out straight from Lil. That's gonna buy Illidan quite a bit of time, though. Lil might be going down. No, mech'd up and will survive. The Ogre Magi is going to live, but it's going to be a steep trade. In the meantime, Venomancer gets brought down solo by Keck. A nice little pick off by the Invoker, but that's definitely not how their top gank was supposed to go. And actually, that wasn't even Lil. That was someone microing Lil. Maybe Venomancer was too busy with the Vengeful.
It might have been, although Invoker definitely does have what it takes to solo kill a Venomancer as well if he uses his spells correctly. But man, that gank. Naga Siren popping the song. It's only a 2-minute cooldown, so not a horrible thing or anything. Could have gone a little bit more smoothly, but the Riptide, it came off cooldown 1 second later than the song ended. So he got silenced up before he managed to use the Riptide. In the end, made little difference. They got the 2 kills anyway, only lost the Venomancer mid lane. So all is fine, plus Venomancer is going to have the Aghanim Scepter soon enough as well. Although I do want to say that since everybody was going for Midas anyway, I think DK Phobos might as well have gone for one.
Yeah, sure, you might as well. I mean, it's not that expensive. Venomancer, though, can't really contribute that much more with additional items. Like, I don't know, maybe you get a Shiva's or one of those armor items or a sheep stick, something like that. These are nice items to have on any hero. And maybe he'll get punished for it, maybe not. I mean, they have Midas working on everyone else, so I don't think net worth is really going to be an issue for VP. Venomancer with Aghanims is a hugely impactful item, though. Even with Death Pulse, and even with the Press the Attack on the other end, you'll be able to put some serious damage on the other side, assuming you will be able to land a decent one. He's going to need a Blink Dagger or Luck in order to land a good one there.
Okay, might get the Courier Snipe. No, he backs off just as the Courier came. Oh, man. That's so disappointing. That's going to be a Boots of Travels now finished on Illidan. 23 minutes in. I'm not too sure how much farm he had last. Oh, it was the Morphling that had crazy farm, like Manta style, Midas, Power Threads, and the Lincoln Sphere 23 minutes in or something.
Yeah, but he was like 9-0-1 at that point, so that doesn't count. Top lane,
Flaw
you see Phobos being chased down by Flaw X, dueling him up. There's no follow-up damage here. It's going to be Illidan taking your first kill. Now Mag's going to silence both Flaw X and Tib with the coil as well. Flaw X still alive, taking a lot of regeneration. Mag is going to go down. Scythe as well. Flaw X still taking poison damage. Is that lethal? It is. Venomancer's going to get the kill, but he might pay for it with his life. Chain Frost is going to be thrown. Will not bounce that much. It's going to farm up some creeps. I suppose that's pretty nice. STN's going to kill off DK Phobos. No, he won't. STN now is going to try to TP out. He will not make it, I don't think. Song of the Siren denying it just shortly, but it will kill off Phobos, actually. Oh, man, what a hilarious series of events. But Tib is also going to be cleaned up by Illidan as Lil reconnects right next to the target, so it will actually give the kill to the Siren. It's still going to be a beneficial trade. 4 for 2. in favor of VP. I don't really know what happened to the Ogre in mid lane, if it was that mid lane at all, but Illidan got a kill, so that happened.
Yeah, I didn't see it either really, but I love the Vengeful Spirit. Somebody was microing him, but then stopped, and he was just standing there for like the last quarter of the fight or something like that. Didn't even matter all that much in the end, and Illidan suddenly has another 2.7k gold. He literally just finished up the boost of trials before that fight. Oh, kick. Does he see the courier? Do you see the flying chicken? Guess not.
It seems like he doesn't, although he might get another chance to. Now he definitely sees it. Come on, get it. There we go. Courier down, unfortunately. It was poorly timed. I mean, it didn't have anything on it, and I think it just had a point boost to pick up for the Lich, so that definitely didn't happen. Phobos on the bottom lane is going to get EMP'd. All of his mana gone, has some stick charges, will get swapped out by Lil, who's actually in this game right now. Ogre Magi will get the kill on Venomancer regardless with the Ignite. Mag chasing forward with a coil, only onto Villic, but that should be enough for a kill, as Illidan Storm Rage is also coming in, and Villic is going to get torn to shreds by those Naga Siren Illusions. Puck is going to get that kill, and it is a 1-for-1. It's not exactly the best trade for VP, but at least they get something out of that. Usually with these Invoker ganks, you're expected to get in and out without losing anything.
You certainly are, but, well, it was still decent-ish. I mean, them getting the courier kill plus. Poor Venomancer dies once again, 6 deaths on him, which means no Aghanim Scepter quite yet. At least they're delaying that one, so they're making the best of a crappy situation. And the crappiest thing is that we are 25 minutes in, there's a Blink Legion Commander, but not a single point of damage, just, I guess, received from the duels, I don't know.
Yeah, sad times for the Legion, but that's what happens when you have miscommunication with your Skywrath Mage, and you have to worry about Vengeful Spirit swaps. It is possible to get the dual kills, but so far it just hasn't lined up for her, and now she's going for Blade Mail. She is trying to build up items that'll help her win those duels, but at a certain point, it just might be a little bit too late, especially since Song of the Siren is now level 3. If you're not actively dueling or silencing Illidan, a Song of the Siren is going to completely nullify that duel. They're going to be rotating upwards. Flawix and STN, well, they're looking for a Mystic Flare setup with a duel. Though there's no one in the area, they will not be finding anyone. And, well, Song of the Siren is being used. Will actually catch Tib, and they know about it as well. They're going to spot a courier. Well, Tib has his Aghanim Scepter, but now he's completely trapped. Aghanim Scepter or not, he is down.
It's only 60-second cooldown now for the Song of Siren as well, since Illidan, he's level 16. So you can easily pop them for kills as such. Necrophos, well, I don't even know where he got his Aghanims from, to be honest, because he had pretty crappy start. But Aghanims is going to be nice. The thing is, though, you're going to have to get to use it, and that's the bigger issue for them.
If you get jumped like that, there's no way you could unleash your Scythe, and really you have to Scythe either the Naga Siren or Puck. I feel like anyone else, though it's nice to shut them down for that additional amount of time, it's just not going to be quite good enough. CCK, their Invoker, deep behind enemy lines. Illidan is going to TP out of that situation. Really, VP, they need a gem, and Lil is going to get jumped. EMP, Cold Snap, going to drop him pretty low. No more mana either. He has no one to bail him out, and Lil's going to be dropping. However, here comes a lot more help. Mag is going to land a 2-man coil with a 2-man silence, as well as a Chain Frost. STN's going to drop first. Now Flawix is going to hit with a Chain Frost, bouncing back and forth between the creeps and Flawix. He's going to drop to Mag, almost for sure. Villic is going to try to TP out. He will not make it as he dies before he get that out. Invoker now on the run. Should be fine. He is going to reveal his position, but they can't actually follow up. Although, Song of the Siren, they know exactly where he is. Do they have any True Sight? They have a gem flying out, but it might be a little bit too late. Well, Invoker's not going anywhere, although now that Song of the Siren's over, he will be running wherever he wants. That's, I guess, a good attempt. Again, a minute cooldown on that song, not really going to be a huge deal for Illidan, but now that they have a gem, they could actually make those kills happen, and this might be a surprise to the Invoker.
It would have been so sick if the courier somehow had made it there with the gem during the Song of the Siren, but of course not to be. I did find it a little bit weird why they just let the Vengeful Spirit die like that. I'm almost positive that Illidan did see the effects of Ghost Walk on him, so they knew the Invoker was around somewhere, and still they let the Vengeful Spirit just completely be solo there.
You gotta give Invoker hope, man. Give him a kill here and there so that they stay in the game, and then, you know, suddenly you go all in on a big pot and then you clean them out. Phobos, mid lane. Oh, he's gonna get jumped by Flawix, but still no duel. However, here comes Keck, and Phobos is always on the receiving end of this. However, this time he's not gonna get the Cold Snap. The Invoker actually misclicked and Cold Snap's creep, but Phobos still might be the first stack of duel damage, but Mag in the back end is gonna clean up the Necrophos. Now the double damage rune looking for the Invoker as well. Has a coil and a gem, so Keck has no way of escaping this one as Illidan comes in and cleans up the Legion. Phobos gets to live, and VPP get 3 kills, maybe even 4, as Vilik in the mid lane still in a little bit of trouble. Blink forward from Mag. He's going to land the orb, and then everything else as well. Vilik's going to drop after getting a multicast onto Illidan. Nice attempt, I suppose, but definitely not nearly enough. Scarith Mage is the only one to survive that in VP. They're knocking on the front door of CCK. They don't even have to be doing this because they have a Naga Siren, but it seems like they have this game, for the most part, completely on lockdown.
They're just playing so damn well, and CCK, they're just making mistakes, kind of. And Legion Commander has been, well, more than useless in this game. Well, okay, maybe not more than useless, because that would indicate that he's been giving away dual damage, which at least hasn't happened, but he hasn't gained anything either. And without the extra damage, Legion Commander is just not scary, period.
Even if she gets a Blade Mail, it's like, yeah, you could duel in Blade Mail, and that is probably your best bet at doing something, but like, she can't actually straight up kill many people. Like, even this Vengeful Spirit now has an armlet completed once she gets back to her base, and she might be taking the fast way out because now she's stuck in a corner, and well, that's a great way to get back to the base. Scythed up, another 83 seconds, she'll have an armlet, but mid lane is kind of a problem. There's a huge swarm of Plague Wards. I guess they just figured, hey, we might as well get a kill before we tap out, and mission accomplished. But VP Polar, even with a momentary pause when they don't have Lil, they take the series 2-0, and they should be near, if not at the top of their group still.
Yeah, I think they are guaranteed to be number one after day number one here at least. They should be 5-1, and anybody else can at maximum be 4-2, I think.
Right, we'll see as day 2 does pan out, but that's going to be the end of day number 1, guys. I sincerely hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. I'm starting to drop frames, so it's probably a good thing that we are going to end, and it's almost a perfectly 30-minute game here on HeflaTV Hitbox 1 channel. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Facebook.com/HeflaTV. The VODs will be up on YouTube.com/HeflaMoke soon enough. I'm Mike Loris. I've been joined by Coucher. And, well, he had some pretty good games today, some pretty bad games, but, you know, VP Polar coming out ahead. And any last words, man?
Not at all, just looking forward to some more great games tomorrow by the same teams.
All right, guys. See you tomorrow. GG.